This is Pat Soundbytes Unplugged, the podcast where all the artists go to tell it as it is. Careers, music, tours, and more. And here's your host, the man that refuses to eat squid, Pat Calamari.
Hey, live on Pat Soundbytes Unplugged podcast, keeping new music alive, even in November. Trying to be festive here. My UK powerhouse friend, Nathalie Miranda, getting ready to rock a little Christmas. Man, I love this song, Nathalie. How are you? Did I dress properly for the occasion?
You have dressed perfectly. It's amazing. You look great.
Outstanding. Nathalie has got a killer a killer Christmas festive upbeat pop great song. Bring my baby back. Oh, these diamond rings. Don't give me anything. Just bring him back to me, right?
That's right.
Cool. Very cool. It comes out on November 30th, where you get your streaming platforms. Check it out. And the video comes out as well. We're going to talk all about that. It's great to see you again. We did a little Spanish earthquake, right? El Modo, which we got accomplished. We talked about doing a Spanish song. You did that. You did a song, a Greek song a while back, right? And you're killing the pop charts, which is good. And now you're doing you always said you wanted to do one of these. So it's a great song. Is Christmas your favorite holiday?
It is. I don't know if you can tell. I absolutely love it. It's just there's something so special about it, and it's like people are happier. The streets are filled with lights, and it's just I love decorating the tree, and like I like the build up more. I guess when you go out and you choosing presents and wrapping presents, and I just love it. And I've always wanted to release a Christmas song, so finally getting round to it.
Very cool. Yeah, having a son born Christmas Eve, now 35, for a while, Dad worked split shifts. So when Dad came home was Christmas. He always worked Christmas, it seemed, for at least the first 6 years of his life. And then I finally got Christmas off, and then I got promoted and had to work the next 6 Christmases.
Oh, no.
To be home literally on Christmas was one out of, 13 years. But we make the best out of it, and we still celebrate his birthday. Actually, we have a little family gathering before Christmas Eve. We're getting a little tired over that. I think he's had enough of that. But it gets everybody together. We have folks that live in different states that come down and travel, and it allows them to be home with their families Christmas and Christmas Day. So, yeah, I got to celebrate Christmas having a son and a daughter born on Easter Sunday. So,
oh, wow.
I got the holidays covered. That's it. Stop the train. But yeah, no, it does bring people. Does something. I'm not a big go to the mall and go shopping. I go in. I know what I want to do, but see the colors, see the lights, see the little parades. And I don't know about in your area, but here they do a little parade of lights. The fire trucks are lit. Santa's on a fire truck. And sounds. It does bring a lot to the table. Besides, it's a lot of money, but there's something about it which is really great. I read you wrote this killer track 20 years ago. My goodness.
Oh yes. Yeah.
What's the story behind that, and why now?
It's actually a really cute story. So I was studying at university at the time, and I was living in a house full of artists, with musicians, dancers, and things like that. And so we set ourselves a Christmas challenge, which was to do something related to our skill for Christmas. So mine was to write a Christmas song. And at the time I was seeing this guy, and I wasn't going to be seeing him on Christmas Day. So I thought, well, let me put that into a song. Santa, bring my baby back this Christmas time. And I love the cheesy side of Christmas. I love how, just going over the top. So I heard it all in my head, the sleigh bells, the tubular bells, the little kind of do-do-do thing that I've got in there as well. So yeah, I wrote it. I don't think I won the challenge. I think one of my other friends did.
I think you won the challenge. This song is awesome.
Thank you. But like, I kind of just forgot about it. And then when I met my now husband and we were co-writing, I was like, do you know what? I wrote this song a few years ago and it's a Christmas song. We should work on it. And he was like, yeah, okay, whatever kind of thing. And it just, we forgot about it. And then over the last couple of years, I've been saying to him, we have to do this song. I mean, come on, it's good. I've got to get it out. And so last Christmas, I said to him, I don't care what happens next year. We are recording this song. And it's coming out at the end of 2023.
Or you're going to be gone, and I'm going to bring him back.
Exactly. So yeah, we recorded it in April this year, and we filmed the video in June. And so it's been ready like for ages, and it's just coming out on the 30th of November, which is next Thursday. And I'm really excited just to get it out because it's kind of fulfilling my 19-year-old sort of wishes. But I really just hope it's going to fill people with festive cheer and just remind them that, you know, of sort of the Christmases when we were kids, when everything was fun and there was no stress, and you know, it's a very fun track, and I say it's unashamedly festive, and I'm because that's what I am. I love Christmas.
No,
so
you know,
that's the story.
The things that come to my mind is the world that we live in today. We should be happy, loving, and festive.
Yeah.
I think of the military folks that are away from home. You know, just bring my baby back. You know, just bring him back. You know, I don't care. I mean, it'd be nice for Christmas, but in today's world, just to bring friends and folks together. I mean, we need more of this. I like, as I mentioned, I'm sure to you before, I like when a song like changes. There's like a signature change. I guess I'm not a musician, but it's like almost stops and then it takes off again. I like the like ding ding ding, you know, like the bells in the song.
Yeah.
Very upbeat, very happy. No, I dig that. How crazy was it? How crazy was it to do a video of Christmas holiday in the spring in June? Right, the sweat, the hot.
I tell you what, it was pretty weird, and I was lucky enough to be given the use of a place called the Snow Centre, just outside of London, and it's a place where skiers go to practice. It's got real snow on slopes, you know, indoors. And they were really kind, and they let me use a particular sort of flat patch of snow because I wasn't allowed on the slopes. But I could use that all day, and they also set aside the what you see in the picture here. The lodge was like a ski lodge, and I'm really lucky that they let me do that because the video would never have been like, it's exactly what I wanted, basically, on a budget without kind of going to the Alps or something like that, you know. But it was really fun because it was real snow. So it was -3. We were all like wrapped up with our hats and our scarves, and it felt Christmassy. And
very cool.
So yeah, I'm very happy with it.
Who was the director? Who put it together for you, Natalie? Who put your concept, said, let's do this?
So the concept was mine, but the director is the same guy I've been working with since day one, a guy called David Brandt, and he's a friend of mine, but also an amazing director, photographer. And I'm so lucky that he gets me. Like we don't even need to explain anything. I'm like, we do that thing. He's like, yeah, okay, I got it, you know. So I'm very lucky with the little team I have around me.
Well, if he's done Is This Love and all your other great tracks, I mean, yeah, he gets you, I get you. I think it's great. Are you hoping, do they play in London, in UK? A lot of Christmas on the radio. I mean, I put that video up, like we're in November, and there's that video of the guy jumping out of the car, and I'm in here. We're in the early November, and Mariah Carey's Christmas song. You know, the guy falls out of the car. Like, no, it's too early for this. But do they go on a rock station and play classic Christmas rock songs, stuff like that? Will you get airplay?
Well, they've started playing, you know, like the classic songs like Mariah and whatnot. They've started that from now on the mainstream stations. an indie artist, it's a lot harder to get played. There are some sort of little stations that always play my music who will play it. There's a station called Santa Radio, which I've submitted as well to. I don't know. I haven't heard back from them, but it's really hard. I mean, I would love for it to be played on a mainstream station but you know what it's like. They don't want to play unsigned artists among all the sort of established artists. So, which is very frustrating, but I'm just hoping that it will get out there enough for people to hear it. And I just want people to feel happy from it, really. I just want to bring a little bit of cheer. And yeah.
Have you ever thought, I don't know how it works over by you, but any thought about dropping like the MP3 or the CD at like a college or a university? And do they, do they have, I started in college radio. Could you give it to one of the DJs there and let them play it and try to get more exposure and get attention for people to say, I want that, just looking at different options for you.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely submitted to college stations with my previous tracks. Actually in the States, because we don't really have that over here. It's not really a thing to have radio stations in university.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. But I think because it's a little bit niche, like even if I was to submit it to universities over here for, I don't know, it's for reviews or whatever, I don't know. It's so fleeting. It's Christmas, it's like 2 weeks of the year, really. So I don't know, but maybe I can submit to some American college stations and just see what happens. I try my best.
Yeah, no, I know that. I know nobody
Yeah.
works harder than you. I'm just thinking, the radio station, the college I went to a long time ago, it was just played in the lounge, the cafeteria, just something different. And there was a different DJ per se, different hours, and who played back then. And I'm talking 1980, they played the classic rock. I played the classic rock, and who played a little bit punk when punk came out, new wave came out. So, but it was a good diverse variety, and it was good for somebody like me that was going. In my major was media, communications and media arts. So it's like, if this is what you want to do, we had a little radio station and turntables and put on your 45 or your LP, and you had your own show. And just thinking about it. I think I remember, the program director saying, now make sure you can find some Christmas tracks or throw it into your show. I want to say, well, it had to be definitely like, Bruce Springsteen or, really, again, 1980. I can't think of the tracks right at the top of my head, but and I think it was a good outlet as well, that people like said, hey, I like your show, or I don't like your show, or you had a vibe or two. So any way that I can help you out with that, we can chat about that later.
That would be amazing.
Do you get a chance to go home for Christmas? And home like in Greece and Cyprus?
Cyprus. I actually prefer it in England because I like that kind of traditional idea of a cold Christmas. It's always cold in England, so I prefer to be here. I see Cyprus as kind of like any other time of the year, but Christmas I like to be like in my house, with my family, and just like doing the Christmas thing, and I prefer that.
That's a good point. My wife and I have always, we've recently talked about getting out of New York to Texas. It's crazy here, and go down south. But then, New York has the 4 seasons. I'm not a big fan of the cold anymore. I'm just tired.
No, me neither.
Rain and cold and and shovel the snow but that's what we're in the Northeast, and that's part of living here. Yeah, that would be like you wake up Christmas and there's no snow. It's degrees out. It's like you got a tree, a fake tree. It's not like cutting in a tree and climbing in the snow and cutting a tree. I guess I agree with you. Do you get to go home for Thanksgiving, or do you do your own thing?
Oh, so we don't celebrate Thanksgiving so much over here. But yeah, it's not really a thing we do here in the UK. But I actually wish it was. I think it's great to have like a sort of a double celebration.
I wonder why, it's just, I don't know, like growing up here.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, obviously, American friends I have will living in the UK, they will obviously do that, but it's just never been something that sort of average Brit has done.
Do they have do they have a special day of, being thankful and grateful that is like parallel to Thanksgiving?
I don't think so, to be honest. I think no, actually, no.
So you can make
No.
turkey whenever you want and call it Thanksgiving. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking to my good friend, and man, can this lady sing? She's got the video. She's on full bore, and I am so happy for her. Bring my baby back. I can't wait for the video just to know you did it. Just to know you did it in the spring. You talk to artists that have done videos in the wintertime, and it's like a spring song.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, you can't even tell you how many takes it was.
Oh yes, it's I'm going to schedule it for so Thursday the 30th at midnight UK time. That's what I usually do. And I do a YouTube premiere, and I'm there like chatting with anyone who's there watching it, and it's like a little event, just indulging myself. But yeah, I'm really excited.
Did you have somebody throwing snow like from the side at you, like it's coming down?
Actually, no, we didn't do that, but we did throw like, snowballs at each other, myself and my friend who was in the video with me. And actually you'll recognize him from the Is This Love video and the Greek video. It's my good friend Stuart Boother. We had a lot of fun, and it's actually those that have seen it already, like my Patreon community, they've said to me, is this meant to be a continuation of Is This Love? Because it's like the same guy. And I was like, do you know what it is? And I didn't say that to anybody.
Oh, wow.
And people have been picking up on it, because it's like I wanted it to be a little bit 80s and a bit kind of Last Christmas, kind of with the aesthetic, So it's been really interesting to see some people picking up on that. And yeah, kind of just that nostalgia. That's what I wanted. So it's good that people are seeing it.
That's good. That's a great idea. That was great. Yeah, they say, wait a minute, we've seen this guy. This guy's connected. I mean, I don't know about the next video, but he's available and dependable, and he's inexpensive. So he's hired. I want that guy back. How's the feedback going for our Spanish great track, Earthquake? They're shaking up the world terremoto.
Oh yeah, so it's been just over a month now, a little over a month, and I mean, I would say on the most part, it's got a really good response. Especially from like Spanish speakers and the Latin American community. They're like, wow, this is really cool. There was a Latin American sort of video blogger that did a review of it, and he really loved it, which was like meant so much to me. And I think it's probably on just under 3,000 streams on Spotify at the moment, which, with like no promo, I think is pretty good for just over a month. And when I say no promo, I mean no PR company. But yeah, I mean, it's still doing its thing. I'm performing it live over here. I've done quite a few gigs in London. I've actually got another one this weekend. So yeah, it's doing its thing, and I'll continue to push it as and when I can.
What's the plan for 2024? I'm sure you have other songs. I'm sure you have other songs on the shelf. You're always working, so you're always like 6 months ahead.
Totally. Yeah, we've already recorded 2 tracks. One is a blues cover.
Wow.
And one is it's something that my producer heard. Do you know Jimmy Vaughan, who's the brother of Stevie Ray Vaughan?
Oh my God, yeah, the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Yeah. Yes. So I obviously know who Stevie was, but I didn't know he had a brother that played guitar. And so my producer was like, this song is really cool. I think we should cover it and just make it a little bit more, like sounding like your own thing. And it's a really cool song. It's called 6 Strings Down. and it's really just, it's very poignant. It's about Stevie Ray's dying on the aeroplane, you know, his accident. So but we've made it just a little bit more, sped it up a little bit, just ever so slightly, and yeah, so that's going to happen. And I've recorded another song that I released in 2007 on an album called Something Something. I think I may have told you this before. And I released an album and it went onto iTunes because back then that was the only thing. And the company that was hosting the song, the album, I didn't trust them. I felt a little bit, they were a bit dodgy, so I decided to take everything down. But from that album is a body of work I'm very proud of, and I still perform all the songs live. And there's several songs on there that we want to re-release, basically, because there's people out there that haven't heard them, you know. So one of those has been recorded already. There's probably another 2 to be done. And I've written a French song, which
covering the globe. That's good.
So we did like a sort of, we laid down a rough kind of sort of skeleton of it yesterday, and it's sounding really good, and hopefully I can get that vocal done before the end of the year, so it's just, you know, ready to go. And there'll probably be more dance projects as well.
Well, the video for Terremoto was excellent. I mean,
Thank you.
Out of the box, kind of not your normal, which I thought that shows another side of you, which is great.
Yeah.
Do a French song, you know, why not? I mean, you're so talented. How many languages? Like 7?
Well, it's officially 4, but I can kind of add 2 more because I can understand them, but I just can't sort of converse very well in them yet. So
I got enough problems with English. Me. I tell my kids, don't text me, just call me. I'm like, all this abbreviation, just call me. And then, you know, the auto, you know, it changes words.
I have all that turned off. I can't deal with that.
Well, so is it the same? I mean, you've been running the same flow of throwing a track out there with the video. You're right on target. I think it's so important to have the video and letting it go for 2 or 3 months and then throw it again. Is there a plan maybe down the road of putting a combination of all your tracks on an album, maybe, and releasing it?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, it could be an idea.
I mean, just so fans like myself would have. But I look, what you're doing works. Because people like, okay, I want more. But I like to have something in my hand to promote. I like to have, like, you know, it's
oh, you mean like a CD? You mean like
right, a CD, an EP, or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's something I've always wanted to release, an album. Like, you know, when I was a little girl, I was like, I want an album. So, I mean, yeah, it's definitely something I think about. But at the moment, I'm really just focusing on throwing everything I can out there and seeing what sticks.
Hey, if it works and it's working, why change the plan? No, I get it. Today, I see more of what you're doing, and maybe somebody will release a 4 or 5 track EP.
Yeah.
The days of an album, although, like, I'm a dinosaur and I dig it, but, you know, do people really go through the whole 12 tracks, 10 tracks? You know, are a few just filled in just to fill it? Here, you're keeping everybody on their toes and wanting more. You know, that's the way I like. I'm like, wow, this is great. I can't wait. And you're keeping it interesting. I mean, from Spanish song to a French song to Christmas song to touching a little bit about on the blues. And you got the vocals to do it, right? I mean, my goodness.
Thank you.
Well, I can't wait. November 30th. I got to put it on. I'll be on a boat in the islands, actually.
Oh, my gosh.
I will have my laptop, and I will definitely put it on my save button to make sure it comes out. It's called Bring My Baby Back. She doesn't need no diamond ring. She doesn't need anything. Just put them under the tree or whatever it takes. Bring my baby back home to me. It's great. And the video comes out. And Nathalie, we can go to your YouTube, right?
Yes. Yeah, I will be setting the premiere, scheduling it at the end of this week, and then you can save it or whatever it is. I think you set a reminder, And then if you're available, you can watch the premiere live with me at midnight UK time on 30th of November.
Oh, that's like 5 a.m. for us.
Yeah, that's a little bit early for you.
Hey, you never know. People, you know. And you know what? We got Thanksgiving here in the States, and I just want to say I'm blessed and grateful and thankful to have met you. Thank you, Zach.
Oh,
I haven't
thank
heard
you,
from him in a
Patrick.
while.
I know, me neither.
And I know he's busy, and I just wish you certainly all the best, and I'm here for you, and I'm looking forward to everything coming in the end of this year and whatever we can do in 2024. I got my sweater. I
Thank
got
you,
my
Patrick.
yeah, we're ready. I mean,
we're ready. Come on,
we're ready. We got to eat turkey first, and then. Nathalie, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have.
I did, of course. Thank you, Patrick.
All the best. It don't get better than this. In November, bring my baby back. Nathalie Miranda, she's a superstar in my books. Go find her, check her out, go to her YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and certainly download wherever you get all your stuff. Thank you, Nathalie.
Thank you.